Hello everyone. Welcome to Let's Play the Wizard of Oz Beyond the Yellow Brick Road. This is probably a horrible attempt. Our story begins on a still night. This will be my first attempt at really doing something like this. In a castle where hoots splintered. Foul even in by darkness, lived a lone witch. Every story needs a charming main character. Yes, a girl would be best. Now for a name for a adventurous girl. Let's see. Well, of course, it would be Dorothy in normal circumstances, but we will actually be naming the people. Oh. There we go. Oh, right. She'll also need a pet. An adorable puppy would be perfect. As for the name, Toto would of course be the name, but we're changing it again. Let's see. There we go. There. This is a great start, if I can say so myself. Let's see how the story unfolds, shall we? And the wondrous book opens up on the bottom. It's probably kind of hard to see because the light surrounding it. Slowly lifts up its tail and into the top screen. Now, in a peaceful countryside far from the city, where brooks babble gently in the spring, bees waltz in the summer, colorful leaves paint the world in autumn, the snow blankets the world troubles of yesteryear and winter, lived a girl. Her name was Alyssa. Alyssa lived in an old house with her beloved dog, Pixie, who led a tranquil life, milking cows and gathering flowers. Although alone, with only Pixie by her side, Alyssa never once thought herself lonely. The old house had been left to her by her late parents, and she had chosen to remain there, quite content with her ordinary life. She enjoyed each passing season, and thought little of ever leaving. Until her 17th spring, when an eerie silence woke her in the dead of night, Alyssa stepped outside to find that pacing of the restless animals, and even the hooting of owls had stopped. Darkness and silence enveloped her, her home and everything around it. Strange, she thought. Then, ever so faintly, off in the distance, she heard a sound. At first, there was a low howl, like keen crying of a hungry beast. But then it grew in strength. The howl became a shriek, carrying with it an ominous rumbling of a shook the earth. Frightened, Alyssa swooped up Pixie and raced it back towards the house. But then, right before her eyes, her home and everything in it torn into pieces and disappeared in the night. It was then she saw it, the dark pillar that stretched to the sky, a dark, monstrous tornado that drew ever closer to Alyssa, who could do nothing but stand there in terror. In an instant, a violent gust swept up Alyssa, and like a puppet without strings, she could do nothing but to stop the violent ascent of the tempestuous sky above. Broken to pieces by the tornado, debris of what once was Alyssa's home turned into dust in front of her eyes. Beyond the wreckage, however, what seemed to be two shadows, or so she thought. An illusion or not, Alyssa was certain that they were the shapes of her late parents. I miss you, she cried. The cool night ignored Alyssa's deep longing and blended her with the darkness. Helpless and alone, she faded. Awaken, visitor. Called upon a thundering voice, Alyssa sprung up from her daze. It seemed she had been lying unconscious. But for how long, she did not know. Before her was a lush meadow with colors. Alyssa had never ever imagined possibly a road paved with shiny yellow bricks. Being awake, she knew different from a dream. Alyssa knew then she was far, far from home. Alyssa looked about her and saw the remains of what used to be her home. Her body ached and her legs were wrecked with relief. To survive such a storm was a miracle indeed. Welcome, visitor, to the land of magic, the defying voice roared again. Was it speaking to Alyssa? She turned around, seeking the owner of a disembodied voice. It was indeed a particular sight. Gently breeze in warm summer ways, and then there was a giant shadow towering over her. She stared dumbfounded. The giant shadow began to speak. Visitor, listen well. I am the savior ruler of all you see before your eyes. I am the great wizard of Oz. The shadow's words hit her with glare-like force. Stunned Alyssa was unable to answer. Ignoring her silence, the voice continued. Visitor, I see that you have been brought here by accident from a foreign land where magic has no bearing, and in your current state, even walking on the brick road could prove impossible. The reason, visitor, is because the land is filled with magical powers. Simply put, this world is under a spell that keeps outsiders from wandering about freely. If you were to accept my invitation and come to my castle, then I shall help you. First, here is a pair of magical shoes. For these you will be able to move about these lands as if they were your own. Next, some weapons and armor. If you wish to attain better equipment, you must come to my castle. Why do you look so surprised, visitor? I know not how your land is, but here progress is impossible without defeating enemies. Therefore be mindful in your travels. Now then, before that, what is your name, visitor? Finally Alyssa spoke her first words to the shadow, and told him her name. I see, so you are Alyssa. Well then, Alyssa, the yellow brick road, you see, is a magical path that leads to my castle. First and foremost, try walking. To move in this world, you must use the trackball on the touch screen. Use your stylus to spin the ball. Alyssa, you will move in the direction of the trackball is spinning. Spin the trackball slowly to walk, or run quickly. The secret is using the trackball to spin it with one smooth swipe, rather than numerous short taps. Also, touch lightly. There are some coins up ahead. Try walking towards them. And so here we are. Now, first thing is first. In case you want to see the bottom screen, that's what it looks like. And when I was just testing this out on the random save that was still here, this lets her activate with a dog. The arrows turn the camera, and you got the menu with you know, normal RPG elements. It's pretty basic in that combination. Now this is lined up really quickly. Look good. Tink. Okay. I think we got that right. Yeah. Okay. Now, we're gonna start moving. Now, I don't think there's anything around us, right? So let us move on away. Now, we want to go for those coins he mentioned. Let's see. Ah, there they are. Oop. Not bad at all. That is what you call a coin. It is valuable, so be sure not to miss it. Just approach it and pick it up. Ah, yes, if you wish to look around, touch these buttons. Be aware of your surroundings. Well, I will explain that to the fair audience, Mr. Wizard. Okay, let's get the coin. Now, there wasn't any... That was the first one, right? Yep, first one. Come on, keep going. Here we go. Okay, 4 coins. Delightful coins. Let's move on along. Now, I found one of those when I was playing this, testing it out. It couldn't do anything, so I'm pretty sure it's a later effect. Ah, a false monster. A smiley ghost. Who are you? You can't pass, intruder. I see you enter the battle. Reminds me of my youthful days. First, select input battle commands to fight the monster. Next, to choose your action. At this point, actions are best suited for the situation you already displayed. Just press OK to perform the actions. There are 4 turns per round. If you wish, you may change the action of each turn. However, it would perhaps be best to try this later when you are more accustomed to the situation, to the system, to everything. Now, in case you're curious, the bottom screen looks like this. This is where you use to change the party members, one in your combat. Not really anything special to see, so back to the combat view. So, we only have Alyssa, so she gets all 4 turns. Joke, your meanie head should die. Now, this is the victory screen. Look at that dorky face. It's such... I can't help but want to, like, go dorpy dorp, 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 at that face. I mean, it's just so dorpy, man. So dorpy, period, man. Dorpy as hell. Really, it is. Very dorpy.